Welcome to this presentation on the rapid transit corridor studies being conducted by Via Metropolitan Transit. The 2010 census indicated that there were just over 1.7 million people in Bexar County. By 2040, the population in the region, including Bexar County and its 7 surrounding counties, is projected to grow by 1.6 million people total, with just over 1 million of those in Bexar County alone. That's like taking the population of Austin, Texas, and adding it to the population of San Antonio. Since 2010, actual growth has been tracking closely with this projection, which would mean that by 2040, we also have the need to accommodate over 800,000 additional jobs and potentially the addition of 1 million cars to our roadways. A growth strategy to locate some of this expected job and housing growth in 13 regional centers has been adopted by the City of San Antonio and is important as we plan for our future transportation system. To support this growth strategy and transportation plan, the foundation for a good mass transit system is a better Via bus system, with more frequent service and better connections from our neighborhoods to job opportunities and retail centers. A better bus system includes improvements such as the addition of Primo routes, with buses coming every 10 minutes or less. The next component, and the subject of this study, is the addition of a rapid transit network, which includes investments in both light rail and bus rapid transit infrastructure. This plan can be found in greater detail in the Via Vision 2040 long-range plan, which prioritized 4 of these rapid transit corridors for further study, including the East-West Corridor, the Northwest Corridor, the North-Central Corridor, and the Southeast Corridor. These 4 corridors are the subject of the rapid transit corridor studies. The third component of Vision 2040 is smart transit. This includes innovative solutions that make Via services accessible through your mobile phone or device. This also includes planning improvements to the mass transit system in partnership with other investments in the transportation network, as well as where growth and development occurs throughout the region. For example, planning the rapid transit network with improvements to the highway network and the regional growth strategy will allow us to address the most pressing transportation challenges facing the future of our community. For the purposes of this study, rapid transit can be defined as public transportation service that is able to move quickly on every trip in its own lane, separate from other traffic. This allows for a consistent and reliable schedule whether it's rush hour or less busy times of the day. We will be considering both light rail and bus rapid transit for each of the 4 corridors we are studying. In the rapid transit corridor studies, we begin with the roadways in each corridor as generally laid out in Vision 2040 and identify the regional centers from SA Tomorrow. We then take a closer look at the corridor to identify other possible roadways for where we could build light rail or bus rapid transit within each corridor we call conceptual alternatives. We then split each corridor into 5 to 6 zones to perform an independent analysis on each of the roadway segments in each zone. The goals and objectives established in Vision 2040, such as connecting communities, supporting growth, or enhancing access, provide the basis for how we perform this analysis. We analyze data associated with the goals and objectives along each segment in each zone to have a better understanding of how things are connected within each corridor. Examples of this data include market potential for commercial and residential development related to the growth objective, location of schools, hospitals, and other community institutions related to the maximizing connections objective, or households without regular access to a car related to the enhancing access objective. Based on this data, we can establish scores for how each segment meets each of the Vision 2040 goals and objectives. We can map this to see which segments have the best opportunity or biggest challenges for being able to support an investment in light rail or bus rapid transit. After considering these results and the trade-offs associated with keeping or eliminating certain roadways, we are able to assemble complete routes that we refer to as detailed alternatives. This may include considering different connections that were not necessarily part of the initial segment analysis. Detailed alternatives include several other components for our consideration in addition to the routes. These include the ends of each line, including how we may be able to expand at some point in the future, and the location of transit stations where people would be able to access light rail or bus rapid transit. In addition to these features, we consider other competitive transit choices that serve some of the key connections in each corridor, such as express bus service from park and rides to downtown that can be improved with the highway network. Sometimes key locations that may be important destinations to the community may not be directly connected to the routes we are proposing to analyze further. Some of these routes may connect to important institutions while others do not. Connecting communities and enhancing access are important objectives from Vision 2040, so we pay close attention to opportunities to ensure that as many of these locations can be connected to each detailed alternative. This can be done through frequent bus service or a dedicated shuttle connection. In addition to those connections, we also make sure to remember that we are planning for rapid transit in 4 corridors. How these interact as a system for residents to use is vital to their ability to improve the quality of transportation in our region. Each detail alternative we choose to analyze further must meet the specific needs within its corridor, be accessible to the most people and jobs possible, and be unique enough to have an effective comparison of costs and benefits. Once we finalize the detail alternatives, we will evaluate them for potential environmental and traffic impacts, right-of-way requirements, ridership, competitiveness for receiving federal funding, and differences in cost. This evaluation will provide the information we need as a community to determine the best way to implement either light rail or bus rapid transit in each of the corridors. It is possible, though not required, that through this evaluation of detailed alternatives, we decide to combine the best piece of one alternative with the best piece of another. It is also possible that the evaluation results suggest that light rail or bus rapid transit be constructed in phases over time. For more information and the latest updates on the Rapid Transit Corridor studies, please visit www.viavision2040.com.